Hi, this is Ian Magaha. We're taking a look at problem set 4, problem number 3. In this problem, oh, sorry, let me scroll up real quick. Let's see. All right, so in this problem, we're taking a look at the function isValidWord. So essentially, so far in all of our code, we've just been assuming that the player is, playing by the correct rules and that they are actually creating words with letters that they have in their hand, and they're creating words that are actually words in our word list dictionary. But obviously, players aren't going to play fair all the time, and we're not keeping them to actually playing the rules yet. So we're going to need to establish a function that actually checks if they're playing by those rules. So we're using the function isValidWord, which is going to input a string called word. It's going to take your hand, which is just going to be a dictionary, and then it's also taking in a word list, which is all our accepted words. And this should not mutate our hand or our word list. And so what this function is doing, it's going to return true if the word is in the word list and is entirely composed of letters in the hand. And obviously otherwise, that means the player isn't playing by the rules, so we're going to return by false. So to do this, we're going to start off with two Boolean variables. I'm going to have Boolean or boo, which is just our like final Boolean that we're going to be returning. And then we're going to have check. This check right here is really just used to see if all the letters are in your hand. In my code, that's what I'm using this check for. And then we're also going to use another dictionary called check hand to be able to compare how many letters you're using to another dictionary. So it's just going to add every letter from your string word into that dictionary. So we're going to start off with a for loop. It's going to be for every character in the word that you provided. If, first off, if the character is not in the keys of the dictionary hand, check's going to be false. This is a really easy check. If a character is just not in the keys, that means that that letter is just definitely not in your hand, and you don't have that letter, so you can't use it. So we're going to return false for the check right there. Now, if the character is in the keys of the hand, we still potentially may have the issue that you're using more letters than you have in your hand for that particular letter. So let's say, for example, if you provided the string apple, if you provided the word apple, apple has two p's. So if you tried to create apple with only one p in your hand, yeah, that's against the rules. You can't do that. You don't have two p's to make the word apple. So to check this, we're going to say if the character is in our new dictionary. First, let's go to this second if statement, and we'll come back up to this first one. So first, if the character is not already in our new dictionary called check hands, then we're going to add that character to our dictionary, and we're going to initialize it with a value of 1. Now, if later on, if we have that same character again, and we're going to check to see if it's in check hands, and if it is, then we're just going to add 1 to it because we're just using that character once more, so we'll just add 1 to it. And then if, this is our final if statement, if the amount of times we use that character in our provided word is more times than it occurs in our hand, then our check is going to be false, because you cannot use a word more, or you can't use a letter more times than you actually have it in your hand. So we're going to have a final if statement. If the word is both, or sorry, if the word is in the word list, meaning that is a recognized word that we're accepting, and our check to see if all of the letters you're using in the word are actually in your hand, if both of those are true, then our final Boolean variable is also going to be true. And then at the end of that function, we're just going to go ahead and return that Boolean variable. So let's go down to our tester code right here. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Let's run it. And we can see that it says when we are testing isValidWord, it's a success. We passed all those tests. So I will see you guys in the next problem video.